5 a.m. is not about productivity. It's not about hustle. It's not about becoming part of some elite group of high performers. 5 a.m. is about something much deeper. It's about identity. It's about who you become when nobody is watching. You know that feeling. The alarm goes off. It's still dark outside, your room is quiet, your body feels heavy, your bed feels safe, and instantly your mind begins negotiating. Just 10 more minutes. You slept late. You can start tomorrow. It's not that important. And in that small, invisible moment, something much bigger is happening. You are not fighting sleep. You are confronting comfort. And what if I told you that this quiet decision, made before sunrise, made without applause, made without external pressure, is slowly reshaping your brain and redefining who you believe you are? The world at 5 a.m. feels different. There is a stillness to it, a softness, a kind of sacred silence. No messages, no demands, no comparison, no performance, just you. And that silence can feel uncomfortable because when distraction disappears, resistance becomes louder. You feel your excuses more clearly. You feel your doubts more honestly. You feel the part of you that prefers ease. But here's the psychological twist. That discomfort, it's not weakness, it's adaptation and progress. Most people misunderstand what waking up early actually builds. They think it builds discipline. But discipline is only the visible layer. What it truly builds is self-trust. Every time you wake up when you said you would, your brain records a data point. I keep promises to myself. An identity is constructed from repeated data, not from motivation, not from inspiration, not from quotes, from evidence. If you constantly hit snooze, your brain records that too. I don't follow through. It doesn't judge you. It just collects proof. And over time, your self-image quietly adjusts. You begin to believe what your behavior repeatedly confirms. So when you wake up at 5 a.m., especially when you don't feel like it, you are not just getting up early, you are updating your identity. Before motivation, before mindset, before productivity hacks, there is physiology. When you wake up early and expose yourself to natural light, your circadian rhythm begins stabilizing. Cortisol rises in its natural rhythm. Melatonin declines appropriately. Your dopamine system becomes more regulated, but beyond biology, there is something even more powerful happening. When the alarm rings and you stand up immediately, without opening social media, without bargaining, without lying back down, you interrupt an old neurological pattern. Most people have trained this loop: alarm, snooze, delay, rush, guilt. And every repetition strengthens that pathway. But when you choose alarm, movement, cold air, water, light, you create a new loop: alarm, action, alignment, pride. Your nervous system learns something subtle but profound. When we decide, we move. That connection between intention and action is the foundation of mental strength. Because mental strength isn't about intensity, it's about integrity. It's about reducing the gap between what you say and what you do. Motivation is emotional. Identity is structural. If you rely on motivation, your behavior fluctuates with your mood. If you rely on identity, your behavior stabilizes. There's a psychological concept called cognitive dissonance. Your brain dislikes inconsistency. If your behavior contradicts your self-image repeatedly, one of two things must change. Either the behavior stops or the identity updates. If you consistently wake up at 5 a.m., even when it's uncomfortable, your brain slowly concludes, this is who we are now. You are no longer someone trying to be disciplined. You are someone who acts despite resistance. And once identity shifts, effort feels lighter. This is why the first week feels difficult. You are not just adjusting your sleep schedule. You are dismantling an old narrative about yourself. I'm not consistent. I lack discipline. I can't stick to things. Those beliefs feel real because they were reinforced by behavior. 5 a.m. challenges that narrative. Now let's talk about dopamine. Your brain is wired to prefer immediate reward. Warm bed now, comfort now, scrolling now, relief now. Every time you choose immediate comfort, you strengthen short-term reward circuits, and there's nothing wrong with comfort. But if comfort becomes automatic, your tolerance for discomfort shrinks, and mental strength is directly tied to discomfort tolerance. Waking up at 5 a.m. is a delayed gratification ritual. You choose temporary discomfort for long-term alignment. You choose effort before emotion. And this strengthens the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for planning, self-control, and emotional regulation. In simple language, you train your brain to stay calm when comfort is available but not chosen. That's powerful, because most breakdowns in life don't happen from lack of ability. They happen from lack of emotional regulation in uncomfortable moments. 5 a.m. becomes practice. Practice in choosing long-term vision over short-term relief. And here's something important. This is not about punishment. It's not about forcing yourself into exhaustion. It's not about superiority. It's about alignment. It's about proving to yourself, quietly, privately, that you can act without external validation. Nobody applauds you at 5 a.m. Nobody sees it. There's no immediate reward, and that's why it builds strength. Because strength grows in invisible repetitions. Maybe you've told yourself, I'm just not a morning person. But what if that's not identity? What if that's conditioning? Maybe you always believed you lacked willpower, but what if willpower isn't a personality trait? What if it's a trained neural pathway? The brain is plastic. It adapts to repetition. If you repeat comfort, it adapts to comfort. If you repeat effort, it adapts to effort. Mental strength isn't something you're born with. It's something you rehearse. And 5 a.m. is rehearsal. But here's the emotional twist. Maybe what you always saw as weakness, your love for comfort, your sensitivity to effort, your resistance to difficulty, was never weakness. Maybe it was untapped potential. Because the same nervous system that seeks comfort intensely can learn to seek growth intensely. The sensitivity becomes awareness. The resistance becomes discipline. The hesitation becomes intentionality. 5 a.m. doesn't create a new you. It reveals the version of you that was waiting for structure. So tomorrow morning, when the alarm goes off, don't think about productivity. Don't think about success. Don't think about becoming better than anyone else. Just observe the moment. Notice the pull of comfort. Notice the negotiation. Notice the urge to delay. And then gently ask yourself, who do I want to practice being right now? The person who postpones? Or the person who proceeds? You don't have to wake up at 5 a.m. forever. This isn't about obsession. It's about evidence. Try it for 7 days, 7 quiet decisions, 7 moments of alignment, not for social media, not for performance, not for comparison, for proof. Because confidence is not built in loud victories. It's built in private integrity. And when you accumulate enough small proofs, your posture changes, your tone changes, your standards change. You begin to trust yourself. And self-trust is the foundation of mental strength. 5 a.m. is not magic. It's a mirror. It shows you what you choose when no one forces you. And over time, those choices shape identity. The real transformation was never about the hour. It was about the decision. And the strength you're building every time you choose growth over comfort was always inside you. 5 a.m. simply gave it a stage.